Continuing on with making sure all our programming and parts are desirable and jive with what we have. I think this loop should continue for the whole verse. I hear a couple discrepancies now in the bass. I think what we can do is just use these notes here and replace here. I believe that's where the problem is. Yep. Let's see. All right, and then we also have I wonder. Nope. So I'm getting rid of this because that held note on the bass doesn't really fit the pattern on the key bass, and it also is conflicting with what's going on this. We can, I think this was yeah, that was also conflicting. So we'll just use this here. This should fix this as well. Okay. And this is, we don't want this hanging over. This should stop here. Is that right, or is that pulling you? I don't know. Is it the
I think that there's just something in
intonation.
In Graham's part that he might just be pulling.
Yeah.
The string.
Yeah, it's intonation.
Yeah, I think that sound that's being.
I think in the context of everything, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right, so let's just double check all this. may not want this to sustain. I think what we need to do is and there's pushes in here, and that's why things don't land on the one. There's a push on this particular moment. Well, I think it feels like it's sliding because this is. I think if we change this, so we can open up another pitch. I think this needs to go up a whole step. And then this needs to go up another half. So 3 semitones total. That sounds right, doesn't it? Oh, well, of course. That's not right. We might have to get rid of this little moment. Doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me in there. We already checked all this. Check the pre-chorus. Just verifying that I'm going to be doing the same thing that I did in chorus 1. Just double check this all. I'm making the same. Now the pattern, this changes. Oh no, it's the same, sorry. Same, okay, cool. Okay, so we got something different. So this, isn't this fun, guys? All right, let's see. This starts on 4/4/8. Yeah, 448. 0. So, but this should match. Okay, we're fine through the chorus, but let's see the instrumental. Okay, so all right, well, not everybody's pushing the same here. Hold on. So we got to work that out. Let's see, the bass probably should push with everybody else, but let's see. Yep. All right, we got another. All right, I don't, the guitars. Okay, the guitars are good. I know that the drums they're pushing in the same spot. Okay, so we gotta adjust the bass here. Okay. Getting under the hood of this thing. Okay, so let's see. That might work. So the movement that Graham does here on the bass works over this held note. It kind of works as a chord with a moving interval. That continues to work. So we should probably, that's all cool, but I think what we should do there is to reinforce the rhythm of what Graham is doing. Da 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 da. Is we should chop up the synth bass a little bit. Maybe let's make it even a smaller value. So it's like he's kind of playing a triplet value. So we just cut out accordingly. See what happens. We should probably get this one out of too. Cool. Okay, we made the decision to let that push before, so I'm just kind of looking. Let's just listen to everybody. It's probably still okay. I just want to. Nope, actually, listening with a different balance, feel like it's pushing too much. So we'll just back it off a little bit. All right, what's... Okay, well, we got a decision to make here because this is being pushed different. And I remember talking about this when we were recording the drums and bass. Okay, so the guitars are back. Okay, so we have this little discrepancy here. The drums and bass, and that's probably why when we were working to edit the drums and bass together, we didn't really catch it. Okay, so the drums and bass are here, and then a bunch of, and then the guitars are back, and some of the programming. So I remember the conversation, and because we talked about it while we were getting down the drum and bass performance, they're going to be the boss. So we will adjust our... Oh, it looks like we need to possibly make a fix here, or the 808 is leading when it shouldn't be. Okay, so let's... First things first. So the programming needs to be fixed. Missed that earlier. Drums and bass are fine. Guitar needs to be adjusted. Okay, that's pushing. All right, so these guitars and this, they all need to move forward that much. We'll clean all this edit up in a second. Let's see how the guitars. I think these were played sort of like we're sort of half and half on this push. We'll listen to the drums and the bass, and now the bass synth. This should probably move over a little bit more. All right, let's see what this sounds like. Okay, great. Now we gotta fix this. And I think the acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar as well. Needs to move over. Have to listen to this, make sure we're making a good edit. Okay. More stuff to address. All right, so take this out. Okay. Just looking for where the note changes. It kind of builds up, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. Have it just hit a little bit. Hit a little harder. We can sound like this will crossfade and it's just all sustained. You'll never know. Cool. And this synth needs to move. Gonna change. Just something to keep in mind for where you have little edits where you can kind of hear a little bit of something. If you put them over, like if you put some of these edits like over a snare drum. So if I put it over where the snare hits, it'll cover it up. Little editing secret to kind of smooth things out. When we didn't have all these great tools and you were cutting tape, you could definitely hear edits a lot more. But as a listener, you don't really notice in the way that an informed ear does. There's lots of great classic records that have really crazy edits in them. Alright, so I think we fixed all that up. And let's go back to the job that we were on. We were listening to what the bass parts were doing. Okay, we got a little funny business here. Probably fine to bail out here. And now I remember we did discuss this 808. Let's move it back. Put it in the soup. Ooh. Oh, I see. It's right because I'm sorry. It's right because it's playing a little walk up. My bad. It's okay. It's too much. We should probably check all of it too, but it's too much to listen to the three things at once. That's fine. This little moment in here is fine. They're not the tightest, and there's a little bit of intonation rub, but I think it's fine. We're not going to listen to it this way. It'll be so colored by everything that's going on, low EQ and balance, and guitars, and it's close. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think that's what the problem is. Without the 808, we have to figure out what's going on with the 808. It's fine. Now, having done all this work and having said all this, it's, I'll just say that it is very difficult at times to have low information parts layered up. As you can hear, it becomes very problematic very quickly. So I've made a decision about making these two elements, the bass key and the electric bass, be pretty much in agreement. Now that doesn't mean that I may not further. Obviously I'm going to keep the whole bass performance. This is meant the key bass is meant to supplement and add some cool low end and kind of give it a bit of vibe. I may, after we get mixing and later decisions, if I may choose to eliminate some of this. Who knows? I might even turn the whole thing off. I don't know at the moment. And sort of the same goes for the 808. Now I want to figure out what's going on with the 808. And see how it maybe needs to be. Figure out what's going on with the 808 and see what maybe needs to happen with it. I don't think that we can have the 808. This is what I was thinking. I don't think we can have the 808 sustaining on for so long. We'll see if. So just a shorter hit as opposed to all the sustain. Okay, so what I'm deciding here, figuring out, is that the 808 does not work to sustain. Now, I will say that it is kind of cool in these spaces. Never mind. I just kind of was a little used to it being there, but I don't think it's the right call. I don't have any magic tricks, guys. It's just about sitting down and doing the work, working through it. Not trying to be perfect all the time, just trying to do stuff that's inspired and figure out what combinations of things can be unique and cool, and just kind of get to the end and figure it out. Makes me think of a Bruno Mars song, Uptown Funk. They worked on that song for over a year, almost threw it away and quit on it many times over, because they would try stuff and they'd mash stuff up and they'd figure stuff out, and it just took a long time for them to figure that out. And it's an amazing song. They just had to stick with it and be patient and try things. I know I've heard that they felt like giving up, but there is no silver bullet. It's about following inspiration and being thorough, working hard. That's all. That's all I know to do. I'm not any kind of musical genius. I love music and I'm musical, but it's really just about digging in and sorting through creativity and how you can mash things up. And so it just made me think of that, what I've heard about that song. I think in listening to this again, I'm going to get rid of this little sustain where the bass slides. Now it makes more sense that we'd have these longer sustained 808s in the chorus. Right, so I'm just going to also just clean this up just so that there's no sort of residual. I heard that note. It's fine. It's fine. Do the same thing here, perhaps. Clean it up so that the movement on the bass is. Clean it up so the movement on the bass is really clear. Let's do that same thing here where bass slides. Cleaning stuff up. And I'll go back. I mean, I'm going to have to go back and just check the fronts of all of these edits. I'm just kind of working to get the arrangement down. Okay, so there's no 808, arrangement-wise, there's no 808 in the second verse because we have the synth bass. May just have the long sustained 808s come in on the chorus. Little edit spot there, perhaps. do the same deal here with this 808. Okay, we need the guitars here. Get the guitars out of there. Keep following on our path. Now, as we learned earlier, that push is with the guitar, so that's okay. And it sounds fine with this note. Let's do the same. I didn't think about it before, but let's do that same little triplet, because I guess it's a little ahead, but that's okay. Go back to our verse approach. It's alright, that's different. Got a little thing in here we gotta fix. These for now, kind of thinking this through a bit. I'm gonna mute these for now, and they're arranged. I mean, they work now. So if I want to experiment with bringing them back, I will. But for now, I'm just going to leave it about the longer sustained 808s in the chorus. Chorus is an instrumental. We'll see what happens at the end. Just how the end feels with everything in. Okay, so kind of need to go through the keyboards. So far, everything's been sounding good. I'm not sure about the chill keys right here, though. And this obviously needs to. That guitar is the important melody, so these kind of conflict with it, and let's put the vocal back in just a little bit. This seems to be okay with the guitar. Just turn the vocal down a little bit more. Okay, so the second time that happens, I don't know what the difference is. Let's see. Well, it's the movement is different, and it seems to fit with the guitar better. And because I've heard the guitar line here previously, my ear is really tuned into what it's doing, and this is more compatible with it. So it's a nice sort of addition for the later part of the chorus. This should cut off here. we'll wait on this snare roll. I know we're listening to the keys, but it kind of poked out to me. Listening. I think we got the same thing going on here. Okay, we got these high 808s that are, let's make sure they're the same. Yeah. Okay, never mind. They are. Now deciding that I don't want the snare rolls at all. Okay. Okay, now this time, let's see. Just need to verify something. Yep. I don't know if, I think it's maybe the guitar has changed a little bit, but it's not jumping out to me here. Because it's just playing, it's opposed to playing a melody, it's just playing a. Now, this either needs to wait or go away. Okay, what's going on here? Let's see if we can. We'll clip gain this up to turn the file up and see. Goes with Graham. Okay, cool. One thing, all that sounded good to me. One thing we should probably just check is this low synth with all this other stuff. This may be also a culprit. Let's see. Then I think we'll pretty much be done double checking ourselves. Cool, that all jives. Doesn't seem to be presenting a problem, and just it's the buzzy element that we're hearing the most, and so the chord movement that's not quite, or the note movement that's not matched up. Because it's in the key, and in what's going on with that chord. I think it's going to be okay because doesn't have a lot of low frequency stuff that is more apparent in the rub. I think if the high frequency buzz were to go away, we might notice it. Let's see. I think it's cool. That's all good. Okay, so obviously it's not perfect match, but it seems like it's a musical thing that kind of creates some cool tension, and because they're frequency-wise pretty far away from each other, I think that it will make a cool combination, but mixing time will determine. And I think we're now ready to graduate into mixing world. So stay tuned.